welcome back to another video. I'm joined today with a special guest, which is Jed Berry.
Hello, thank you for having me.
No problem, thank you for doing this. Would you just like to give a brief introduction about yourself, please?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Jed Berry. I maybe will be a musical theatre performer again at some point. If you saw Kinky Boots in the West End, or if you saw the filmed version, or if you managed to catch the UK and international tour of the Book of Mormon, you might have seen me, maybe. And over lockdown, I was very lucky to be in a show called Fanny and Stella, which was the first show to open after the first lockdown. And now I am sitting and waiting for the world to go back to normal, like all of us are.
I think, yeah, I was about to say, I think everyone is.
Yes, exactly. Whereabouts are you from? Obviously the north somewhere.
Greater Manchester.
Nice. Oh, cool. I'm the other side of the Pennines, and the Yorkshire side.
So I've just basically got a few questions, and there's just a quick fire round at the end.
Cool.
So let's get started. So the first question is, what was it like being in the Book of Mormon?
I mean, amazing. It's amazing to open a show where its reputation already precedes it, where it's kind of a hit before it's even opened, which is amazing. And so we sold out to full houses everywhere we went, and it was received really well. And it was great to go to parts of Europe with the show. It was amazing, and it was a great group of people. It was lovely.
Great. So the next question is, favorite memory from the Book of Mormon?
Ooh. We got to visit Amsterdam with the show for 6 weeks, I think, and it was just amazing. It was just such a fun time, and all the cast had friends who wanted to visit, and so everyone had buddies over all the time, and the theatre was gorgeous, and we were just treated really well. And yeah, I think Amsterdam.
Great. So the next question is, favorite number to perform in the Book of Mormon?
It's a tough one. I'm going to say Man Up. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but it's the end of Act 1 is one of very few times that the entire cast is on stage together. And it's a bit of a rock concert. And the audience love it. We enjoy doing it. And it's kind of wildly different from anything else that happens in the show. And it's just so much fun. And I love Man Up.
Great. So the next question is, favorite role you have ever played?
Ooh. I mean, it's tough. I mean, out of my adult acting career, there's not been that many, to be fair. But I'll take into account my children, because I was very lucky to work professionally as a child as well. My favorite role. Ooh. You know what, for argument's sake, being an angel in Kinky Boots was a bit of a dream come true. It was the dream role, and weirdly the dream, if I'm being really specific, the dream angel track as well. So being an angel in Kinky Boots for sentimentality's sake.
So the next question is, which role would you reprise if you had the chance to?
Ooh, what would I reprise? Well, I mean, at this rate, anyone, please, anyone that'll have me. I would love to do Fanny and Stella again. You know, we ran for, I mean, we were supposed to run for 3 weeks, and we ran for far longer than that. I can't really remember how long we ran for eventually. And it was a very lovely, intimate show with a lovely small audience, and it was open air. And so I'd love to sort of see that have a second life, maybe. So yeah, Fanny and Stella. So I'd like to play Stella in Fanny and Stella again. Great.
So the next question is, what is your favourite movie musical?
Ooh, good question. So many. Are we gonna include filmed versions of musicals, or we got to do strictly feature films that are also musicals?
I'd say filmed productions as well.
Okay. I mean, I'm biased with Kinky Boots, so I'm not going to say Kinky Boots. Big fan of Hairspray. Big fan. It's a good adaptation. I can't decide yet because I haven't seen it, but I'm very excited for In the Heights. Very excited. If I had to pick one, I musicals. I'm gonna say Hairspray. It's great. It's really good, and John Travolta's hilarious in it. So I'm gonna say Hairspray.
So, out of all the roles you have played, which one would you say has a similar personality to you?
Ooh. Most similar to me. Maybe Stella and Fanny and Stella. Stella was Stella was what they called back in the Victorian days a cross-dresser. And so she was fabulous. But she also was like super, a bit insecure, well, a lot insecure actually. But loved to perform, was very like fond of the people around her, and like kept like had like an amazing friend in the Fanny character. And yeah, I guess it's the most like the most human role that I play. That sounds really like actory, boring. But I guess she had like the most arc, and so I guess I can see more of her entire personality. And so yes, I shall say Stella.
If all the roles you have ever played met in person, what do you think would happen?
Oof, Carnage. It would be a camp affair. It would be very, very camp. We'd have 2 drag queens in there. We'd have a suspiciously camp Mormon. Who else would we have? We'd have a boy who poisoned his family. We'd have a boy who has the power to bring. So I did a film called Alex. I played the role of Alex, and he had the power to bring things back to life. And his mum, spoiler, was a drug addict, and she dies, and I don't bring her back to life. So it would be a combination of people who want to harm their family and drag queens, basically. So it would be a very chaotic affair.
So the next question is, what is your dream role?
Okay, so I get asked this question a lot. And so there are shows, there are roles which I would love to do. But, and it's a big but, so if you'd have asked me 5 years ago what my dream role would be, I would still be in drama school, and anyone who knew me would say, Jed wants to be in Kinky Boots. Jed wants to be an angel in Kinky Boots. That's the dream role. And so when I got this dream role, I can now die a happy man, very happily. If I never work again, I will be very satisfied. I'm very lucky and proud. So I got that dream role. And so then when I was I knew Kinky Boots was going to be ending, and I thought, well, what's the kind of next dream? And I was like, well, nothing's going to really match this in terms of a dream, but maybe I'd like to be a Mormon in Book of Mormon. And then lo and behold, I was super lucky again. And then along the way, there's been other roles and things that I've auditioned for that I thought were like the thing that I desperately, desperately, desperately wanted, and haven't achieved that. And it's made me realize that there's never one person who's right for the role. There's a million people, and one person has to get it. And if I put too much of a pinnacle on certain dream roles, if I don't get them, I'm going to be really sad. And I'm also very aware that there are people that can do them, all of them, a lot better than I can. So my answer is I don't really have any, because I try really hard not to. But there are shows, there are things that I'd like to do, but I'm not going to say, because I'm not going to jinx it. Sorry, that's a really boring, long-winded answer.
Don't worry about it. So the next question is, what was it like being in Kinky Boots?
Yeah, as I said earlier, it was honestly a dream come true. To not that the West End really, of course, it's a wonderful thing, but it's no better or worse. It's no better than any other job. Really, a job's a job. But to say that you've been on the West End is amazing, and it was a beautiful show, and I've made some wonderful, wonderful friends from it, and I got to be fabulous. And yeah, as I say, it was kind of a dream role. Yeah, I wouldn't change a single second of it. And the fact then that as an entire bonus, we then got to film it, and now I've got that to keep forever. is incredible. Yeah, I loved every single second of it.
Great. So another show that you was a part of was the Sound of Music.
Yeah, it was.
So what was the experience like in that show?
Well, I was actually a child. I was 14, I think, when I did The Sound of Music. So I was one of 3 alternating groups of children. So we kind of did 4 days there, 5 days away, and there'd be a crossover day at the start and end of each kid's runs where there'd be 2 sets of kids there in case anyone got ill or anything like that. And it was my first time being away from my home and away from my family. But I think at that kind of age, I think as most 14-year-olds do, I think kind of they're ready to feel adult and ready to have a bit of independence. So while a lot of the younger kids were kind of like really missing home and wanting to call their mum, I was kind of having a great time, just having a good time living my adult life. It's a lovely show, and there was some supremely talented cast members in it who I'm very lucky to have call friends today still. And yeah, what a wonderful, wonderful thing to be able to do as a kid. It was wonderful.
Great. So the next question is, do you have any pre-show rituals?
Not specifically. So, I mean, I warm up. I try really hard to make sure I'm as warm as possible, vocally and physically. But that's kind of standard with everyone. Other than that, the only thing I make sure I do is have a wee. Brush my teeth and have a wee, because no one wants you to have like horrible breath when you're talking in the face. And also, if you get stuck needing a wee and you've got an hour of an act still to go, it's going to be a nightmare. So I always do a pre-show wee. That's the only. I wouldn't call it a ritual. It's just more. It's more damage. It's just preserving myself more than anything. But some of my cast members had like stones, like spiritual stones and things. People have all kinds of things. I'm just a bit boring, I'm afraid.
So the next question is, what is the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to you on stage?
Oh my goodness, where do I begin? I fainted. I've fallen over. I have forgotten my lines. I have cracked vocally too many times to count. I have burst out laughing when I shouldn't have. I've dropped props. My costume split. Anything. This is theatre, and that is kind of the beauty of doing it 8 times a week, is that no one show is the same, because there's always something that's going to happen. Yeah, I'd say the most embarrassing was probably fainting. Thankfully it was right at the end of the show, so not many people. Oh, is it? No, I think actually the most embarrassing thing I did was in Kinky Boots there's like a catwalk, and I like run up it at the very end of the show. Everyone's bowed, and then we like run back on, and I hold hands with another angel, and we like run up center stage. And as I ran, I kind of fell and sort of landed on the steps going up to the catwalk. And the angel that was holding my hand didn't realize it, carried on running. And so I was just getting dragged up these stairs in plain view of an entire audience, and they all saw.
Oh my. And
I never lived it down. Still don't.
I can actually not imagine how embarrassing.
No. And I'm quite, well, no, I'm a very clumsy person. I fall over a lot. And so in Book of Mormon, I won't give it all away, but basically there's a number where we wear these big onesies with like flippers on our hands and our feet. And if you fall over, you're going to struggle to get back up. And I have fallen over a number of times, and it's been very embarrassing. Partly because the rest of the cast also just stand there kind of laughing at me, which I probably deserve.
So the next question is, do you have any behind the scenes stories that you can share or want to share?
Ooh. Yeah, probably. So there's plenty I can't. There's plenty of things I will never share. But I'll tell you about my fainting story, because that's quite funny. So again, it was in Kinky Boots. It was quite early on in the run. And so I'd started my contract in the summer, and so it was really hot. And so not only was I like getting used to doing the show 8 times a week, and it was really hot and tiring. And obviously by the end of it was on a Saturday. So we'd done 8 shows. We'd done 2 shows that day. And so the theatre was so warm. And my finale costume had this really thick material. It was supposed to be like a drag version of a cricket player. So it has all the pads that a cricket player would have on. And so it's really heavy and really thick. And I just overheated. And I wasn't feeling good. And I kind of told stage management, I was like, I just don't, I think I'm overheating. I don't feel very well. I can't cool down. And they'd been really kind, and they'd kind of given me like ice packs to put on my neck, like in between numbers. So they kind of knew something was up. Anyway, I decided to keep going with the show, and we bowed, we did the whole thing. And then at the end of at the very end of the show, we're kind of allowed to like wave and like do some fun little bits as we go off the stage. And as I went off, I was kind of waving, and I kind of just about, so say if this is the wing, I kind of waved, and as I hit about here, I just went. And don't remember anything else until I came round, and there was someone, one of the lovely crew members, like knelt over me, like trying to unpin my wig and try and get my wig off my head, because I was completely passed out in full drag, full makeup, full earrings, wig and everything, and they were like desperately trying to like gently remove all of it so I could cool down a bit. And yeah, I was kind of stuck on the floor for a little while, and there was kind of a little crowd of cast just kind of looking over me, sure I was okay. And this was like 3 weeks into my contract, and so I think they all kind of thought, oh, he's going to be hard work the entire time, which I was. So that was a little bit embarrassing and funny. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, there's lots of secrets that happen backstage that I couldn't possibly share, but I can tell you one about myself, of course.
So the final question for this part is one that I'm asking everyone. And it is, how do you feel now that Boris has finally mentioned theatres and that they can reopen in May?
Thrilled. Honestly, truly thrilled. A little bit, I don't want to say skeptical. No, I do want to say skeptical. I want theatres to be open desperately. I also want to make sure that it's safe. And I also really want to make sure that when they open, they stay open. There would be nothing worse for this industry than for the theatres to reopen and 2 weeks later us have to close again. That would be really, truly catastrophic for the industry financially. It would not be good. And so, excited. I've bought tickets to shows. And I'm about to buy more now that Come From Away has announced it's coming back. I am so excited. And I bought some tickets. I will be there on the opening night of Amelie because I love that show and I want to support theatre. I want to support my industry. But a little part of me is a bit terrified that it could all go wrong. I hope it doesn't. The science says it won't. I'm genuinely optimistic and hopeful, but you know, after we've done over a year of this now, and so I think everyone's a little bit kind of I won't believe it until it happens, really. Yeah. But yeah, I think we're all kind of in that boat. But overall, I'm just so excited. We need it. We really need to get these theatres back open, don't we?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I've not stepped into a theatre since the 5th of March last year.
What was it you saw?
Beautiful on tour.
Oh, with my friend Toyin. My friend Toyin was in that show. He's amazing. He's very talented.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant, that show.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? It's such a fun show. A good one to end on. You ended on a high. Yeah, people need it. And you know, even people that don't go to the theatre a lot, pantomimes. So many people go to pantomimes, and there's so many amazing initiatives from these big theatres that do so much outreach and community work that also hasn't been accessed for the last year, and that has a real big detrimental issue to a lot of communities. And so selfishly, of course, I hope theatres open because I want to go see good shows, and also I want to be working again. But also I actually I think we as a society need arts back, really. It's time. Hopefully it's time. If science says it's time, I'll believe it's time.
100%. So there's just a quick fire round.
Okay.
So, favourite musical?
Next to Normal.
Plays or musicals?
Musicals.
West End or Broadway?
Broadway.
Favourite theatre you have performed in?
Ooh. The Theatre Carré in Amsterdam.
Show you can't wait to see after lockdown.
Come From Away.
And show you want to see revived. Legally
Blonde. I make it no secret that I am the biggest stan of Legally Blonde there is. It's so good. It's so clever. I'm sorry, this isn't quick fire answer. It's amazing. It's as fun as it is clever.
And
that's a winner for me. Very good.
I really want to see Billy Elliot revived.
Well, there was rumours that was going to happen. It's a great show. It's really, it's a wonderful show. And I'm sure as a Northern lass as well, you've got a bit of that, you're like, Northern show. It's great. I mean, so many things, so many wonderful shows. What else would I like to write? Yeah, Legally Blonde's like the main one. I would say Hairspray, but it's coming back, and I'm very excited about it. But just bring it all back. I mean, also like secretly Kinky Boots, obviously, because it was great. But we can't have them all.
So that comes to the end.
So soon.
Am I alright just to get a quick photo?
Yeah, of course you can.
Great. So there you go, guys. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all soon for another video.
Woo!